The epic tale of hip-hop, a cultural and musical movement born in the streets of the rebellious 70s, quickly became a powerful platform for addressing social and political realities. This journey from its grassroots beginnings to mainstream prominence isn't just about music. It's a cultural revolution that involves key figures like Grandmaster Flash, Run DMC, and others who molded the genre's early sound, turning beats into anthems. From local block parties to global stages, hip-hop's ascent to mainstream glory was fueled by authenticity and relentless beats. One shocking aspect of hip-hop's history lies in the tragic East Coast-West Coast rivalry of the 90s. Hip-hop history. Hip-hop emerged in the South Bronx during the 1970s, with DJs like Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash laying the foundation for the genre. It originated as a cultural movement, encompassing graffiti, breakdancing, and MCing. Early hip-hop music saw its roots in the 1970s in the New York City borough of the Bronx. It started as a collaboration among intersecting groups of Black, Latinx, and Caribbean American youth at block parties, community gatherings that featured DJs playing soul and funk music. It became widely known after the first professional street dance crews formed, including Rocksteady Crew, The Lockers, New York City Breakers, and the Electric Boogaloos. Much of hip-hop dancing came from the 1990s adaptation of funk styles such as the Running Man, the Worm, and the Cabbage Patch. The 2000s brought forth dances like the Cha-Cha Slide and the Dougie. Hip-hop elements. Although the term hip-hop generally refers to a style of music, there are several important elements that define it. The main elements of hip-hop culture include rapping, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti art. It can also include beatboxing, street entrepreneurship, hip-hop language, fashion and style, and more. DJs played a pivotal role in hip-hop's birth, manipulating and blending records to create mind-blowing beats. Innovators like DJ Kool Herc are credited with techniques that laid the foundation for hip-hop music. MCs, or Masters of Ceremonies, MCs, are mostly rappers whose purpose is to interact with the audience, introduce additional artists or DJs, and maintain a high energy level throughout the event. MCs frequently participate in freestyling in addition to hosting and performing, or rappers add their lyrical prowess to the beats. Early MCs like Grandmaster Caz used rhymes and wordplay to entertain and engage audiences during block parties and events that became neighborhood anthems. Graffiti is a visual artistic expression used by several early hip-hop artists, notably KRS-One and Fab 5 Freddy. Graffiti artists like Lady Pink adorned the urban landscape with beautiful murals that told tales. Breakdancing involves moves and acrobatics. Breakdance, aka b-boying, b-girling, or street dancing, is a fusion of several dance genres. These include funk, soul, and martial arts, performed to the break or breakbeat. Distinctive by its acrobatic moves, top rocks, freezes, and go-downs, it started as a dance style on the streets of New York in early 1970s. In 2021, breakdancing was officially recognized as an Olympic sport, earning a spot in the Paris 2024 Summer Games. B-boys and B-girls in the 90s showcased their skills, adding a somewhat kinetic dimension to the culture. One of the early hip-hop influencers, MC Kid Lucky, mentioned that breakdancing, a popular aspect of hip-hop, was used to combat each other without fighting. Hip-hop pioneers. Hip-hop pioneers laid the foundation for the genre, shaping its early identity and paving the way for future artists. Among them, DJ Kool Herc, who was born Clive Campbell on April 16, 1955, in Kingston, Jamaica, before immigrating to the Bronx, New York, in 1967 with his family at age 12. He is often hailed as the father of hip-hop. Herc's legendary block party on August 11, 1973, was considered the birth of hip-hop. It was Cindy Campbell, DJ Kool Herc's sister, whose birthday inspired the infamous party at 1520 Sedgwick in the Bronx. DJ Kool Herc revolutionized the way records were played when he began isolating the instrumental portion of a song and then switching to the break in another song. This method of DJing became the foundation for hip-hop music. While performing at parties, DJ Kool Herc would encourage the crowd to dance in a method that is now known as rapping. He would chant rhymes such as, "Rock on my mellow," "B-boys, B-girls, are you ready? Keep on rock steady. This is the joint. Herc beat on the point. To the beat, y'all. You don't stop," to get partygoers on the dance floor. DJ Kool Herc was an influence on other hip-hop pioneers such as Afrika Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash. Grandmaster Flash, a pioneer in DJing, introduced new techniques like cutting and backspinning. Born Joseph Sadler on January 1, 1958 in Bridgetown, Barbados, and was raised in the Bronx. His recognized contributions to creating the genre are many, including his mastery of mixing and scratching records. In 2007, his group Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, formed in 1978, were the first hip-hop act to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This year, he received an honorary doctorate in fine arts from Buffalo State College. Their groundbreaking track, The Message, 1982, addressed social issues. Afrika Bambaataa was born Kevin Donovan on April 19, 1957. He was born in the Bronx to Jamaica and Barbados immigrant parents and is credited as a pioneering DJ and block party promoter. He founded the Universal Zulu Nation, a musical movement. He is also one of the first rap producers and is known as the godfather of hip-hop. He has worked to promote awareness of issues such as HIV/AIDS. Born on March 30, 1964, in Ecuador, and raised in New York City, Sandra Lady Pink Fabara is one of the city's earliest graffiti artists. She began writing graffiti in 1979, making her one of the first women to gain prominence in the male-dominated world of graffiti. She had a starring role in the 1983 film Wild Style, directed by Charlie Ahen, which cemented her place as a pioneer of hip-hop culture. She collaborated with the renowned artist Keith Haring in the 1980s. Early eras of hip-hop technology. Old school hip-hop is the first era of hip-hop music that lasted until about 1983. It typically has 2-3 beats laid on top of each other and uses easy-to-understand lyrics with a socially conscious message. Before copywriting laws, hip-hop sampled heavily from funk, soul, and disco records. Looping these lyrics and sounds together created the basic beat that defined the genre. DJs like DJ Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash relied on turntables and mixers to manipulate vinyl records, creating breakbeat mixing and scratching. The genre evolved into new school in the mid-80s, using more complex rhythms and rhymes, typically with 68 beats per track and much faster lyrics. Those lyrics focused more on personal experience, wealth, and fame. As music technology, like drum machines such as the Roland TR-808, synthesizers, and other electronic instruments, became more widespread, hip-hop artists also started to sample from the rock genre. The emergence of samplers in late 1970s and early 1980s, notably the EMU SP1200, 1987, allowed artists to sample and loop drum breaks and other sounds, contributing to the genre's sampling culture. Golden Age of Hip-Hop. New School gave way to the Golden Age of Hip-Hop with the release of Run DMC's Raising Hell and the Beastie Boys' License to Ill. It ended in 1997 with the deaths of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious Big. Hip-hop music became mainstream during this era, defined by its diversity, quality, innovation, and influence. Artists during the Golden Age elevated hip-hop to new heights, emphasizing lyrical complexity, social commentary, and diverse music production. Icons like the Public Enemy, Run DMC, and LL Cool J set the stage for socially conscious rap, addressing issues ranging from racial inequality to political activism. The West Coast witnessed the rise of NWA, introducing gangster rap and the emergence of artists like Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. Meanwhile, the East Coast boasted a rich scene with acts like A Tribe Called Quest, Nas, and the Wu-Tang Clan, showing different styles and production techniques. Hip-hop music became mainstream during this era, defined by its diversity, quality, innovation, and influence. Hip-hop has continued to evolve over the past 5 decades, and several subgenres have emerged. Some contemporary ones include trap, mumble rap, country rap, drill, grime, and conscious hip-hop, among many others. Hip-hop influence. Hip-hop has influenced almost every aspect of mainstream society over the past 50 years. From fashion, art, dance, and language, to politics and social change, transcending musical boundaries. Early hip-hop fashion influences included baggy clothing, sneakers with oversized laces, and bomber jackets. Graffiti has existed since ancient times and is integral to many countercultures, including hip-hop. Tagging and bubble lettering with spray paint grew as part of the hip-hop movement. Hip-hop dance started in the streets and at block parties with b-boys, girls breakdancing. It has now become as mainstream as tap or ballet, and instructors worldwide teach it to their students. Light feet is a style of street dance that originated in New York City, particularly in the Bronx and Harlem. It gained popularity in the early 2000s and is commonly associated with the subway system, the underground dance scene, where performers known as light feet dancers entertain passengers with their fast-paced footwork and acrobatic moves. Hip-hop primarily draws from African American Vernacular English, AAVE, and several words have made it to mainstream culture. Some examples include dog, referring to a person, chillax, which is a combination of chill and relaxation, and bling, expensive, flashy, and ostentatious clothing and jewelry. Hip-hop has a strong emphasis on knowledge and self-expression that affects the movement of self-awareness, identity, and social consciousness. Knowledge brings everything together. You cannot MC, DJ, or breakdance without knowing it. Many iconic dance styles suit each decade, but hip-hop has continued to evolve and stay relevant since its beginning.